Hi everyone, it's me, Ash, and I'm going to create this beast look. I'm going to first start off with outlining his bushy brows. I end up outlining his nose, but you don't need to do that. It was pointless, and as you watch, you'll see why. And then I also outline his teeth and his mouth area. And the main reason I do this is just so I don't lay dark colors in the areas where I want to add white or very light colors, because you can't really go back from that without having to remove things. I do not make it perfect or anything like that. It's really just a semi-okay rough draft of those areas. You can use anything. You can use a cream paint to do the outline. You can use what I'm using, which is just a cream eyeliner pencil. You can use water activated paints. Just use whatever you have. It really does not matter. And that's kind of the theme for this look. You really can. You can use cream, you can use powders, you can use water activated, you can use pretty much anything you have. So the next step is I'm just going to use some brow pomade, but again, you can use whatever dark brown thing you have. And I just really fill in my already there brows. I don't do anything special. I'm not very perfect with it. I just kind of throw on some very dark brows. And I just take water activated paints because that's what I have, and I mix white paint with dark brown paint to get that brown, the lighter brown that I'm using. You know, if you have a really dark brown and it's too dark, but you have a white, mix them together. You can use whatever and do it however. And again, the color doesn't really matter as long as it's a brown. So I just paint my entire face that color except for the brows and the teeth and the gum area that we outlined. I took some dark brown eyeshadow and I threw it on my brow bone and eyelid, and yeah, I just tossed it on. Use any dark brown color you have, whether that be a darker cream paint or that is a contour or a bronzing palette or an eyeshadow, whatever you have, just use it. It doesn't really matter all that much. If you are using cream paints, just be cautious because they do move and you need to make sure you're setting them and you're not piling a whole lot of, like, you don't want to pile cream powder and then more cream because eventually you'll get a really chunky mess. So I also do the outer corner there a little bit with that dark brown. And I also take, oh, well, I'm laughing because I think I look funny and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but yeah, that was kind of a weird moment for me. And then I'm going to take some cream paint, or not cream, water activated white paint. And I fill in those teeth with it. Again, you use whatever white you have. I have a water activated white paint. That's just what I'm using. It really does not matter. Then I take some pink water activated paint. Again, you can use whatever you have, whether that be a shadow, a cream paint. It can even be a lipstick or cream lipstick. It doesn't matter. Just take something that's pink and color in the gum area. And then take my cream brown paint and kind of fill in underneath those gums that we just placed because it was blank and areas I just didn't like as well. That's why I like water activated paints. They're really forgiving. I end up using a liquid felt tip liner. You can use anything that's black and just outline those teeth. And I add some lines in the teeth just to, I don't know, make them stand out a little bit more, I guess. As well as the reference picture I was looking at, they had teeth aren't perfect. They normally have shadows or divots in them, especially some kind of beast creature. And you will also outline the gum area. As you'll see, I make a couple of adjustments and mistakes as I go along. Learn from my mistakes and don't do them, or if you liked it the way I had it a little bit before, you can do it and leave it. It doesn't matter. And you're gonna do the nose and, kind of like a dip, and then you're gonna color in your nostril area a little bit higher in the center of your nose for kind of a beast-like appearance, I guess. And I just do it with some black water-activated paint. Any black will do, or even a dark brown. I also added a very small line underneath my nose, just kind of like, the cat look or the animal look where they have that. And then I color in those monstrous brows with some white coloring. I'm using water activated paint. Again, use whatever you have. I take a black shadow, again, use whatever you have, and I ran it underneath my waterline on both my eyes. You can even use a black eyeliner, it really doesn't matter. Time for some wrinkles and things to add expression to the face. I kind of crinkled up my face and went off those a little bit. Yeah, just use your own wrinkles or look at a picture or do whatever you want to create those lines. I am using a really thin brush, so I'm not making them super thick or big, and I'm able to add just a teensy little bit more detail than if I was using a bigger brush. And then for the mug area, I just followed my own lines that are there. Just kind of give them more of an animal mug there. That's why those lines are there. So, and then I made the line in between my, in the center of my nose down to my lip a little bit longer. If you do not have a fan brush, you can add these strokes in by hand with just a small, brush that you have. You can get a fan brush like this at any craft store, a Walmart, for like 99 cents. They are really handy for creating hair-like texture. I love these brushes. So I just use a dark brown and I add, hair strokes in the brows and on the chin area. I also use a white later on and add a black just to add more depth. Take any brown that you have that's darker than what you have and contour your face, kind of the C from your cheek to your temple. You can use an eyeshadow, you can use a contour, you can use a bronzer, just something that's brown or cream paint. You do want it to be a little bit darker though. And then I really wanted to brighten up my face some, so I took a lightening powder that I use on a daily basis and added that to my eye bags and my nose, my cheekbone area, kind of like a highlight, and underneath that heavy contour. You can use, depending on what kind of paint you're using, sometimes you can even just use a setting powder to lighten this kind of a look up. So if you're using cream paints, you might be able to get away with tapping on some setting powder that has a little bit of color in it, not a translucent one, but one that's like an ivory color, or I don't know what skin, I don't know, just something that's lighter. You can use a white eyeshadow, it doesn't matter. So then I go back in with that fan brush and I create some more fur strokes. You want to bring them up and at an angle. At least I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, kind of in a V shape. Again, I just kind of mix paints and use a mixture of colors. This fan brush will also work with cream paints. If you're using cream paints or water activated paints, it's a really good brush to add these strokes on with, but you can do it by hand. It just takes a little bit longer. And then take a dark, eyeshadow, it's black basically, and I do more contouring to add more depth and definition to the face, and it's in that C area, but it's a smaller C than we were doing with the dark brown. And I just deepen that up onto my hairline, and yeah. I decide to add more hair strokes along my jawline. I mean, he is the beast, so he's going to be hairy. That's pretty much all he is a bunch of fur. I also add some strokes along my temple area, and then I take a dark brown eyeshadow and I line the bottom of that new gum lip area that we created for some depth and shadowing and definition. I just felt like it kind of needed it. You can skip it if you want. I also take that brown and I place it on those, mug lines. I don't know exactly what you would call them, and as well as on the nose. I take a black eyeliner and I line my waterline, and I take some more shadow, dark color, kind of the dark black, and buff out underneath my bottom lash line more, and then I also take it and put it on my eyelids. Felt like the eyelid area needed to be a little bit darker. I decided that the white brows were not sloppy enough, and so I just took some black and I threw on some darker, bigger stroke lines, and I kind of brought them onto that brown area as well because, they are hair and it would be bushy on the brown hair as well, and so I felt like I needed to kind of, put them together. I'm not exactly sure how to explain what I was trying to go for, but yeah, that's what I did. So then I took some more brown water activated paint and I painted my neck and my chest. Put some brown eyeshadow on top of that to help with the streaks and to add more color to it. And then I took that brush that I really like and I gave myself a hairy chest. And that is the finished look. Hopefully this video was helpful. Yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts. It was a fun, simple beast look. All right, thanks. Bye.